This is the LEGO golf stroke counter. On the front, you can see we have a little dial for counting the strokes. On the side, this button is used to add strokes to the front, and this little feature is for resetting, which I'll show later. Back is plain. On the side, there's another little button used for resetting, and that's pretty much it. So let's see how this works. So to add strokes, all you do is you push this button in. So you can see each time you push it, it adds one stroke to the dial up top. It can go further, but I just labeled it up to 9. Now to set it back to 0, all you do is you pull this notch down, and then push the button on the bottom here. And it resets back to 0. And then you're all set for the next hole. Pull this down, and push the button, and resets. And it's easy enough to use with just one hand. You can see you can push it in the button with just one hand, and then pull down this with the thumb, push it with the pinky, and resets back to 0. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Super compact design, only 4x8, so it can definitely even fit in your pocket. So now I'm going to take this apart a bit and show you how it works. So I've removed a good chunk of the top, and we'll give you a little peek in here. So you can see in the little corner down there, there's a gear. And basically this is just a ratchet up top. So you can see when you push it down, it moves that gear ahead one tooth. Alright, so I'm taking out the little button here, so we're able to get a little further in there. Alright, so here's the front of it, so you can see it pretty clearly, that when you push this forward, it's pushing one tooth of the gear there. Now what stops the gear from turning back is this button down here. So you can see once we lift this up and push this button, the gear is allowed to reset back. So here's how this gear was rubber banded up, is I put 2 pegs on it, and then as you tilted it forward, the rubber band would get caught on those pegs. So that means this tension would want to undo that gear. So when then you push this button, it springs back up. So here's a look at the bottom of the box. This button was basically connected to this little red piece, and that was what was catching the gear. So when you push this button, it could move out of the way for the gear to swing by. So I'll put the gear back on. So you can see at the bottom here that as this gear turned around, it would get caught on this little red piece. And then when you push the button in, it was clear so this gear could rotate backwards. But otherwise the rubber band kept tension there so it could only turn in this one direction. And then once you moved it out of the way, it could rotate back. And the tension from the rubber band on those pegs would make it want to tilt back like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire mechanism. Hopefully I showed enough so you could build one yourself, but not too complicated. Definitely was a challenge to get it squeezed into such a small box, but this is just about as compact as I could get it. So that is the LEGO golf stroke counter. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video.